The Decay of Aiden Ross, the Saddest Andrew Tate Simp, Part 2 by Jay Aubrey.
At least on this stream, that he could at least wrap his mind around the fact that gambling is a bad thing to shove in the faces of kids, but rejected the moral authority to stop doing it because, well, in his words,
so basically, if you haven't watched my reaction, part 1 of my reaction, at this point in stage, we're going over how he's just like sharing his addictions through his platform with children. Even I'm like pretty sure you have to register and be 21 and up to do the whole gambling thing, but you don't have to be 21 and up to watch the streams to want to think it's cool because you see him do it.
it's fun.
How does
It's
doing
not-
gambling online determine if you have a soul or not?
Well, because you have no problem peddling gambling to children, and that's a more soulless act than not smiling. Wouldn't you agree?
it's fun.
Okay, fun for you, not for them.
It's a good
Fun.
It's fun in general. Listen,
It's fun if you make $2 million a month. It's a
Ethan,
lot of fun.
I'm not telling kids to blow their life savings
Good
on
point.
it.
The way Aiden Ross values his own personal entertainment over the responsibility he bears as one of the largest streamers on the internet is pretty much what's gotten him to this weird, sadistic place we've seen him in lately.
He asked a viewer to put dog feces on his sleeping girlfriend.
How much are we paying? I have to swallow it. I gotta see that. And I can give you an amount.
I mean, I can't say that like YouTube blew up off of pranks and stuff like that, but I don't think this is something we're actually trying to bring back. Like, buying this, we're trying to bring those back. Pranks, save it for what's that one show? You Got Punked with like Ashton Kutcher.
Girlfriend? Of course, yeah. Your girlfriend, that's good.
But what were the actual events that led up to this? Well, you have to know that by late 2021, Aiden wasn't in the best place mentally. In October, he took to his main YouTube channel to express how generally lost he felt in the grand scheme of Twitch. Seeing a drop in views really didn't help the lack of motivation he had already been feeling.
I'm lost. I just have no.
I love how they're like his eyes are red for surgery, even though he looks like a whole demon, and we know he has addictions. Not saying that he didn't get surgery; he could have got correction surgery, because you know maybe wearing glasses is too nerdy.
Motivation, no idea what to stream. I just need advice and I just need help. It's not really the numbers anymore, but the problem is that people make me feel bad about dropping numbers. I think that's a very big problem I have.
What made it especially sting was that his own audience was guilting him for the change in numbers, coupled with the fact that he was feeling stagnant and despondent living in LA, growing tired of the same stale collaborations.
I'm gonna tell you here, nobody likes LA for real. They keep trying. Some people keep trying. People like the opportunity, financial opportunity of LA. They like the toxicity of LA behind closed doors, but they don't actually like LA. Every person or streamer I've known that's talked about LA in full confidence has been like, I hate it here, but it's a great place for business opportunity, but they don't like it there.
Aiden began contemplating quitting streaming for good. He had become so successful that his new fear was becoming complacent. He didn't get as excited to stream like he once did. It now felt forced, like a job he had to clock in and out of. Having no clue where to take himself or his content from here, Aiden Ross was in desperate need of a lifeline. Something or someone who could turn him and his streams around in a positive way and leave a meaningful impact on his life. He needed a reason to keep going. Too bad he found it in the worst person imaginable.
How did you know about me?
Bro, you just...
And this is where a young, lost, lonely soul meets an aggressive master manipulator who pretends he's a lifestyle coach.
exist in the metaverse, don't you? Your name just floats around, doesn't it? It's just how it kind of works.
Aiden opened the floodgates by introducing Twitch to a man named Andrew Tate in July 2022. While Andrew had been making the rounds online leading up to this stream, I didn't notice such a huge jump in his popularity until he began getting propped up by some of the biggest Twitch streamers on the internet. XQC, who at the time was #1 on Twitch, debated—
No offense against him, but when he gets emotional and it's not just a speech impediment or an accent, I 99.9% of the time, this is like I'm already messing up my speech, I can't understand what he's saying.
Andrew in a call with Kai Cenat, who is currently #1 on Twitch, all on Aiden's channel in a series of streams that broke records for Aiden's viewership. The chat was moving so fast at times, it was impossible to read anything, creating a golden opportunity for Tate to shill his shameless pyramid scheme in front of Aiden's malleable fan base.
There's like times too where Aiden be like, hey, can you take over the chat? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Can you not shill Hustlers University? And just does it anyways.
While some guests were effective in combating some of Andrew's more contemptible takes, Aiden and Tate seem to have pretty palpable chemistry right from their very first interaction. Some of the stuff they discussed at the beginning was actually so ridiculous it's hard not to laugh at the insanity of it all.
If you were my son, I would walk into your bedroom and beat the living out of you.
What?
You should only drink water to begin with. Sparkling, as everyone knows.
I don't like sparkling water. It's disgusting.
You're scared of bubbles?
No, it doesn't even hydrate you. I don't have a jet. Does that mean I'm broke?
Sounds like it, bro. What are you waiting in lines at the airport? Brokey. I'm trying to hide from the police. I don't like making accounts online and stuff. John Law and the government.
Wait, hide from the police.
Self-snitching, man. I have no idea how he's gonna get away with what he's getting away with, but I mean, come on. He knew it was coming. He thought he could get out of it and pay out of it. Turns out he can't. Now he's like a little mentally unstable, but yeah, like, tells us all the time, like, he's running from charges. Romanian authorities launched an investigation into Tate and his brother Tristan, who reportedly raided Tate's Romanian home, you know, and now they're on house arrest. You've been keeping up with the story, that's the story.
From what?
Just in general.
But not even 10 minutes into their first conversation, Andrew is already giving Aiden some valuable advice on how he needs to improve his lifestyle.
How old are you?
21.
Bruv, 21, you should be strong as an ox. At 21, I could split the Earth's core. You're out of shape for a 21-year-old.
I am?
You're out of shape, young man. You're 21 years old. You have all the time in the world. I bet you're making a bunch of money on the internet. I bet you're loaded as well. You're rich from this shit. Yeah, so you ain't gonna go to fucking work. And you ain't doing any push-ups? Jesus. How do I fix you when you're so fundamentally broken?
I am?
And that right there pretty much encapsulates the criminal levels of dick riding you're about to see. There was just something about Andrew Tate that Aiden found instantly captivating. It's like he was practically tripping over himself in his attempts to make a good first impression, going out of his way to order sparkling water to his house just so Andrew would stay longer. Maybe this is Aiden recognizing what could become one of his biggest streams, or maybe he's genuinely interested in what a friendship with Andrew Tate could do for his general well-being, or it's likely
or maybe he doesn't have a strong father figure. I know he has a supportive one, and you know, he wanted to impress him, and maybe he was high.
a combination of the two.
Andrew! I love you. I mean, like, I love you. I mean, I love you, man. Like, you don't, I know you have a good heart.
I love him, bro. I love him with all my heart. I missed you. You got bigger and you got stronger.
And also sexier. A massive... I could just tell you have a good heart. You have good intentions.
Maybe he has a crush.
Smile XQ. He's great. Andrew, please don't go.
That was terrible.
Among the tamer discussions of self-improvement and the importance of having discipline, Andrew brings it home with one of his classic bouts of random misogyny.
No, but what would that make you? If you sit around and only do what you feel like doing, what would that make you?
I don't know what.
Think about it.
Okay, let me think about it for a second. If you would only sit around and, a pussy?
Close. They have a pussy.
Oh, I know.
But the point is, emotionally led creatures females are generally emotionally led. When they're happy, they're happy. When they're sad, they're sad.
Aiden clearly knows just how insane it is for this guy to be calling women emotional creatures who just sit around all day and let the men do all the heavy lifting. But either for the sake of content or because he's just genuinely slow.
I know much men that go to the gym and they don't even know about muscle isolation, and I'm in the gym isolating my muscles while also doing content and SEO and stuff. I don't know. I don't subscribe to the men are better than women I know it's a delusion most men have because they're insecure or they can't get a woman.
Aiden chooses to let that statement go, and in fact, takes it a step further by stating he doesn't think Andrew Tate is a misogynist.
A lot of people think that you are a misogynistic person. No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are, Mr. Tate. I don't. I do not think you are. I do not think you are.
So when I say shit like girls can't drive,
Well,
everyone calls me a misogynist.
I think Aiden was both attracted to the status of Andrew Tate, having 27 cars and all the women and money he could ever ask for, as well as the added bonus of him
Not
being an
anymore.
arrogant edgelord, just like Aiden. And as we covered earlier, Aiden was already feeling lost and directionless just a few months prior to him meeting Tate. The seemingly endless slew of advice Andrew was feeding to anyone who would listen felt like just the answer to the problem Aiden was faced with. Thanks to Tate, his numbers were back up, his morale was in a more positive place, and he finally had someone in his life who claimed to want to better him, encouraging him to adopt a healthier lifestyle and being there when Aiden broke up with his girlfriend.
You are lost. You're a lost
Yes,
soul.
100%, yes.
But in reality, it was probably more codependent and transactional than Aiden would care to admit.
It's called The War Room. You can find out more on CobraTake.com. Listen, you need to get inside The War Room. CobraTake.com. So that's another reason The War Room exists. I'll tell you how you get rich. You go to CobraTake.com.
Advertising.
Hustlers University. CobraTake.com. Hustlers University. So my organization, The War Room, go to CobraTake.com. You join Hustlers University. You join
Advertising.
The War Room.
Just don't promote Hustlers University, please. I'll be back.
All right, guys. So Hustlers University.
But by the end of that year, you can bet that Aiden was sticking by his original promise to meet Tate in person out in Romania. The two streamed together, bonded over cigars, and Aiden finally got a whiff of what Andrew's bare taint smells like. I know I already covered that part, but I just have not gotten over the fact that he genuinely
He did it with someone else
Aiden made
too,
his
though.
return to America shortly after, where he shaved his head completely bald in honor of his favorite role model and vowed to make some serious changes in his life for the sake of bettering his overall mental state. But then the unthinkable happened, and by that I mean it was
Locked
entirely
up,
unthinkable. The
let
Tate brothers
me
getting
in.
arrested is the most predictable thing in the world, really.
He just got raided and arrested in Romania.
It's not even how you do it.
It's over some sexual trafficking. I don't
Saying.
know what to believe. I don't know what's going on.
Aiden went into panic mode when he heard the news, and after publishing an emergency press release to his main YouTube channel, it wouldn't be long before Andrew announced that Aiden Ross was one of the very few people allowed to visit him in Romanian prison.
Oh man, I woke up to that and I had just the biggest smile on my face. I'm like, oh my god, this is real. This is crazy.
Never
The answer
happened.
to everyone's question.
Nope.
I'm gonna basically go see Andrew in jail.
No.
Because he did put me on his visitation list. The answer
Nope.
is this. Andrew Tate. I'm on my way. I will see you in Romania, G.
It was obvious that being charged with rape, human trafficking, and organized crime wasn't about to put Andrew Tate at odds with his most loyal student. Aiden kicked the meat munching up to 100 by refusing to accept even the slightest possibility that, hey, maybe this guy does suck after all. After being confronted with genuine evidence of Tate bragging about trafficking women across the world to work for his webcam empire for reduced payment, Aiden's response essentially boiled down to, nuh-uh.
He got women to fall in love with him. Then he flew them out to Romania.
Lover
and he
boy.
had them work like 15-hour shifts, and then he stole money from them while he had them work.
They got a percentage though, and he put them on. So that's like
Yeah, but he lied about the percentage he gave them, right? Like he's on video talking about how he would scam them with their taxes to steal money from them. Like
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax because girls are lazy and girls are stupid and girls don't understand how taxes work. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money.
My stepmom was purchaser for the city of Chesapeake. Long story short, they couldn't figure out where like an extra $200, $300 a month were going. She was actually hiding that in magazine subscriptions, and I found that. I'm not saying anything about my dad. In math, he was an electrician. He's good at math. He's a good auto mechanic. Obviously landed a woman like her that worked in politics, but I would like to think that women are stupid, probably because he gets away with lying to them because they see him a certain way that he is not, aka that's the whole point behind the lover boy thing.
money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%, and I said that the disparity is because of taxes. If they say, why is it 50-50? I'm the one who knows what he's doing. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the f*** up. Go online. Print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here and sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch.
I mean, he's a businessman.
In fact, he was practically
a con
blaming the
artist.
women for being ungrateful of the money and fame they were given by being effectively forced to work for the Tate brothers against their will.
She still gets 30%. Still a very, and she was making what, $0 to what, making thousands a month? How could you complain?
Yeah, I mean,
But it's not like these women needed to be tied up and held at gunpoint for Tate's business model to resemble forced labor.
She's not tied with ropes and chains. Hey, like, hey.
Wait, do you think that grown women can't get pimped out? Do you think that grown women can't be victims of trafficking?
Brother, everyone has their own mind, and at the end of the day, everyone has their own mind, everyone has their own beliefs, and it's not like he was literally grabbing her, tying her up with a gun to her head. The girl obviously...
And everyone can be manipulated, just like Aiden Ross and webcam girls often have been manipulated by Andrew Tate.
flew out there, know what was going on. Like, there's no secret to it.
Yeah, but Chavez didn't know what was going on. If there was no secret, then he would have just said, hey, do you want to come to Romania, work with my trafficking business? But he didn't do that. He said, hey, come to Romania, let's get married, I love you. And then he got them to work after lying to them about that for sex work. That's sex trafficking.
For sex trafficking. Anyways, part 3 coming after this. This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, it's already uploaded. Doing this in 3 parts just because between my commentary and the length of the video, it could be like an hour and a half. That and I want to take pee breaks and eat food and things like that. Later.